We are live now, and I have been waiting for this moment that I'm gonna start probability and statistics for GATE data science and AI, data science and artificial intelligence. This course is going to make the difference in your lives as well as it is also going to help you understand machine learning, right? So this course is not only for GATE data science and AI people, those who are going for GATE data science and AI. This course is going to help all the branches like electronics and communication, because in electronics, if you want to understand communication engineering, so this probability and statistics concept plays an important role. And if you look at the mathematics syllabus in other branch of engineering, other than this GATE data science and AI, so very small portion is given, but we teach everything for all the branches, right? But in this syllabus, okay, last year Indian Institute of Science Bangalore has given this syllabus, right? So you can see here all the topics are mentioned which are essential, okay, to be studied in this subject, right? So these I have just taken one syllabus. You have to take the intersection of this syllabus, okay, with your syllabus. So you have to study everything, but I would suggest for other branch of engineering, what are the topics which are not given in their syllabus. Okay, so let me start. Okay, and let me also tell you one more thing. I will not teach you some of the topic here like counting, okay, or permutation and combination, because already I have taught, right, in my previous courses. That I will be sharing as a playlist, but I will brief everything. Needless to worry about that. I'm just gonna brief everything, but as far as the problem solving is concerned, and again teaching the same content, okay, ECS Academy does not do that. Okay, I just believe in something new, right? So let me go through the syllabus, and as you know that this syllabus is for GATE 2025 and beyond, right? And remember this topic, okay, this topic itself is a subject, okay, for GATE data science and AI, and for other branch of engineering also this is one of the important topic. And in entire India, in fact entire world, many people suffer from probability and statistics. They do not understand it, right? But based on my feedback, like based on many students feedback in my classroom from the past 10 years, I've been getting many great feedback, right? So they are able to solve question based on probability and statistics, because I start from the topic that Indian Institute of Science Bangalore has given to these levels, right? So you can see here the topic is probability and then statistics, right? So this syllabus is going to help you score nearly 15 to 17 marks, okay, in GATE data science, 15 to 17 marks in GATE data science paper. Also, it is also going to help you to understand machine learning framework, okay, whatever mathematics is needed, to understand machine learning. You need probability and statistics, and in GATE 2024 many questions were there that also we will discuss as our course progress, right? So you can also follow me on LinkedIn, right? If you are going to watch this session, right? I mean, because I'm just going to share this session among everybody. So if you want to join my course, you can get in touch me via LinkedIn, okay, as well as my number everybody knows, right? So you can get in touch by LinkedIn, okay? So if you want to join, you want to get complete course access for GATE data science and AI, and to understand probability and statistics, right? So you can see here the syllabus is beautifully designed, okay. They're starting from counting, and counting is one of the very important technique, and counting is nothing but a permutation and combination, okay, in permutation and combination language. And then we have to also study about some of the basic truth related to probability, okay. Before you start studying probability, you need to know some basic truth, okay, that yeah, if I say that the probability of an event, okay, I will define event, but needless to worry about that. Probability of an event has to be lesser than 1 or equal to 1 and greater than 0. So this is just a basic truth that you have to keep in mind, understand? before I start teaching you complete probability, some of the basic building blocks, or you can say some of the basic truth we need to know. That is nothing but probability axioms. We call it probability axioms. These are the basic truth that you have to understand, right? You can say basic truth related to probability, right? And then we will talk about random experiment, okay? And we are going to perform various random experiment. The well-known random experiments are nothing but tossing a coin, throwing a dice, okay? A different kind of coins we are going to toss, not only unbiased coin, we are going to toss biased coin also, or you can say a coin which will be having more weight in one side of the coin, right? So we will see that. But whatever outcome, okay, after performing these you can say random experiments, whatever outcome we are going to get, we have to write them in the form of sets, okay? So they will be named as sample space, right? So we are going to study sample space. These are some basic terminology before we get into probability and statistics, right? So first of all, you have to understand the probability axioms, okay? As I told you, the total probability must be equal to 1, or probability must be always probability of an event, right? And we have to also see for what we compute the probability, right? So basically there will be an event, right? We will define event, okay, needless to worry about that, but primarily we have to understand sample space. So there will be two kind of sample space we are going to discuss. One will be the discrete sample space, where the outcomes will be countable, okay, and discrete in nature. And we will also talk about continuous sample space, right? So sample space will be of two kind, okay, and we will see the property of sample space. In fact, we are also going to see the property of random experiment, right? So there are some important criteria, then only you can say this experiment is considered to be a random experiment, because many experiments going on, okay, in front of your eyes, but you have to identify which experiment is going to be a random experiment, okay? Okay, so nobody's gonna teach you in this level, okay, and this course is going to make a huge difference in your life. In fact, after learning from this course, okay, you will be very comfortable in machine learning, okay? I've done linear algebra as well. I think you might have enjoyed linear algebra course, taught by Dheeraj sir, right? And single variable also I have done, right? Very soon we will be starting multivariable, though in the gate syllabus for gate data science in AI, the multivariable is not given. But in order to understand optimization problem as well as the machine learning, you need to have the knowledge about multivariable calculus as well, right? So you can also be a part of my course when I'm gonna teach multivariable calculus, right? Like based on your preference, understand? So because the syllabus of gate data science and AI is very concise, so it will certainly help you. And when you will join masters at Indian Institute of Science Bangalore or any other IITs, so you will enjoy a lot there, because your basics shall be stronger already prior getting into top institute in India, right? Chalo. So counting, first topic will be counting, and I will share my playlist from there, you can follow. But I'm just gonna brief also about what is counting and okay, some new way of learning, right? And sample space and events, okay, you see here after sample space there is a concept called event, right? So sample space is entire set, you can say complete all the outcomes, collection of all the outcomes are going to be considered as sample space. When you perform random experiment, so whatever outcomes you're going to get, all the outcomes okay, all the outcome, collection of all the outcomes are going to be considered as sample space. But suppose we are going to focus on particular space, right, inside the sample space only, we call it subset of the sample space, right? So that is nothing but event, okay? So if you're going to find the probability of sample space, these are the basic truth that you have to remember. If you're going to find this probability of sample space, that is going to be 1. That is total probability, okay? That is certain probability, right? But suppose inside the, you can say, entire playground, okay, you consider where we bat and ball, right? That is nothing but an event, right? So we are going to find the probability of that event, okay? So there will be some probability, and probability must be always less than 1 or equal to 1, right? Or greater than 0. So these are some basic truth that comes under probability axioms, right? So we need not to prove that those truth, okay? We have to keep in mind, okay? So sample space, then events are going to be what? The subset of the sample space, okay? Then we will talk about different types of events, okay? Like independent events, okay? These are very important concepts, okay? Then we will talk about mutually exclusive events, right? We have to understand the definition, and also we have to solve the problem so that we can identify, okay, these given events are whether they are mutually exclusive events. So from certain examples we are going to talk, and we will see also different types of probability, okay? We will talk about marginal probability. See, there are different types of probability. See, we will be talking about definition of probability, okay, the classical definition of probability, but in that we are going to talk about marginal probability. We'll talk about conditional probability, okay? When we say conditional probability, okay, and we'll talk about joint probability. So you have to also see the sample space, right? Okay, you have to also this sample space event, okay? What is conditional probability? So there will be some concept called tree diagram. I'm just going to explain you some important concept over there, like multiplication rule. Okay, so using the concept of multiplication rule, we are going to understand conditional probability, joint probability, right? So you see here, see, I'm just going to talk about probability of an event, right? Okay, I'm just going to mention here. So probability of an event. Remember that the probability is assigned to an event. Okay, remember this is the important fact. Probability is assigned to an event. So there we will talk about marginal probability. If there is a single event, okay, marginal probability. And then we are going to talk about joint probability. Joint means there will be two events that you can say A comma B, right? Joint probability. And we'll talk about conditional probability. Suppose one of the event has happened, right? Suppose B is given and we have to find, okay, so this is nothing but you can say marginal probability, or sometimes we call it ordinary probability, right? And this is nothing but your joint probability, okay? And this is nothing but your, conditional probability. So when we say conditional probability, right? So what is this? So some event already has occurred, the B event has already occurred, B पहले हो चुका है और आपको probability of getting an event A find करना है. तो जब आप probability of getting an event A find कर रहे हैं, so you have to only focus on what? B, okay. So suppose we have got a sample space of this kind. So basically we will be using the Venn diagram, okay, to be able to show the sample space, because we are going to use the concept of sets, right? The theory of sets. So Venn diagram is one of the useful. Suppose this is a sample space, entire set, and then you can say that there are two sets, okay. Suppose there is a event B already occur, right? This is the event B has already occurred. Now don't focus anywhere, guys. Don't focus anywhere, just focus on this. This is your sample space now, okay. If you're going to consider the conditional probability, let me tell you again. See, you have got a complete sample space, okay, because you are doing some, you are performing some random experiment, okay. Many students do not understand this, right? They just mug up the conditional probability, the joint probability, and the ordinary probability. But based on my experience, since I've been teaching this mathematics course for many years, so I got to know that these are the difficulties the candidate face, okay. So जब आप conditional probability की बात करते हैं, तो you have to condition, okay, on certain event. So B is already occurred, right? B already occurred. So you don't have to focus on now entire sample space. Now you have to focus on B, okay. So this is kind of a you can say reduced sample space, okay. After all, that is a subset of the sample space. So we can say this is a reduced sample space. And then you have to find the probability of the event A, happening event A, right? So from here, you can say that the probability of A given B, right? So then what is going to be the result, guys? The result is going to be, whatever common probabilities are there, right? You see here, between event A and event B. So you can say the common probability, you can say, or joint probability. We say sometimes we use this kind of an intersection upon the total probability, okay, of happening B, right? So this is the definition of conditional probability. I will define everything, needless to worry about that. Just wanted to help you, okay, from the very scratch. As you go through the syllabus, you should feel, okay. So we are going to talk about different types of priorities, okay. In your syllabus, if you understand thoroughly your syllabus, you're going to get 15 to 17 marks, okay. And knowledge of probability is going to help you understand random variable, concept of random variable, the probability density function, the probability mass function, the probability distribution functions, okay, as we move ahead in the course, right? Okay. Next, we are going to talk about, okay, the very important concept that is called Bayes theorem. Okay, but before that, we are also going to talk about total probability theorem. So, total probability theorem and the Bayes theorem, okay, are very important concepts, right? So, you need to have the knowledge about what the conditional probability, the joint probability. Okay, if you want to understand Bayes theorem, right? So, you will be having some sort of initial belief. Okay, this event has happened. Now you will go on performing the events, right? So suppose we have got a big process, right? आप अपने लाइफ में क्या करते हो? सपोज आपके पास बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? सो इफ यू वांट टू सॉल्व अ प्रॉब्लम, राइट, एंड इट इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लम, राइट, सो व्हाट यू विल डू, you are going to divide that problem into, you know, small pieces, right? You have to divide that problem into small pieces and then you have to solve it, right? So that is called as in computer science, computer scientists call it divide and conquer rule, right? So you have to divide the entire process into smaller pieces, right? And then you are going to conquer it, right? So please do remember. So हम लोग बेस थ्योरम समझेंगे. Suppose we are going through the question and we have to identify, अच्छा इस क्वेश्चन में हम बेस थ्योरम लगा सकते हैं. ओके, तो बेस थ्योरम को समझने के लिए आपको एक बैकग्राउंड चाहिए. बैकग्राउंड क्या होना चाहिए? यू शुड नो सैंपल स्पेस, यू शुड नो द, यू नो, whole lot of concepts, whole lot of terminologies. You should know the conditional probability, you should know the multiplication rule, okay, and you should know the joint probability as well, right? And then we will talk about some of the statistical concepts, some of the central moments, okay, like we'll talk about conditional expectation. So before that also we are going to talk about expectation, mean, variance, okay, so many things, but we'll talk about conditional expectation, variance, mean, median, mode, okay, and standard deviations, right? Correlation and covariance, right? So these are the concepts we are going to discuss, okay, for continuous random variable and for discrete random variables, standard deviations, right, and correlation, their physical significance. That is important, right? Because you know that whenever I teach linear algebra or any other subject like single variable calculus, I have taught you the physical importance also, right? Okay, geometrical understanding, physical understanding. So correlation, we have to understand covariance, and then this is what I will be focusing more, right? ये जो syllabus है ये सारे branches में है, not only in data science, ECE, electrical, instrumentation, mechanical, civil, you name any branch, mathematics, right? Any branch you name, okay, probability and statistics is there. So whatever topics till now we have discussed, everything is going to be in other branch, and it has very important role to play in their core subjects, like in communication engineering, digital communication, right? You, if you want to understand whenever you are sending a signal, right? So okay, I'm not gonna go into that, remember that, okay? So please remember, okay? So we'll talk about different types of random variable. Now why we call it random variable and what is this random variable concept, right? We have to understand. I think people who have attended already my classes, they know. And we'll talk about different types of random variable like discrete random variable, the continuous random variable, right? And then instead of talking about only discrete random variable and you know, so we are going to talk about their probability distribution, right? Probability distribution, okay. So if the random variable is discrete, so we'll talk about, you know, probability mass function, then different types of probability mass function, probability density function. We are going to talk about uniform, the Bernoulli, okay, depending upon the Bernoulli random variable, the binomial distribution, the continuous random variable you see here, where we are going to talk about probability distribution function, or sometimes we call it cumulative distribution function, which is CDF. This topic is given here. Uniform exponential, okay, in the GATE 2024, this topic was asked also. The Poisson, okay, why do we need Poisson distribution, what is the real life example, so many things I'm going to talk. The normal probability is one of the very important probability. Normal, standard, normal. Okay, these are the topic which is given in the syllabus of all the branches. And cumulative distribution function, conditional PDF, central limit theorem, okay, and confidence interval. तो ये सारे टॉपिक सारे ब्रांचेस में हैं. And the topic which I did not mark, okay, like T distribution is not given in other branch of engineering. Only GATE data science and AI people has to focus. Okay, so here I did not mention one important branch, that is computer science, one of my favorite branch, right? So I'm mentoring for computer science, okay, at ECS Academy. I'm mentoring for GATE data science. I'm mentoring for electronics and communication, electrical engineering, instrumentation, aerospace engineering, right? So you every day go through my post, right, on LinkedIn, right? So you can also follow on the LinkedIn, right, if you want to get in touch directly. ठीक है, तो आप देख सकते हो कि ये जो टॉपिक्स हैं, लाइक यू नो टी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, काई डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, यू नो, एंड द जी टेस्ट. ओके, सो ये इस साल आया भी था इन गेट 2024. जी टेस्ट वाज आस्क्ड, राइट, आई मीन जी स्कोर वाज आस्क्ड, है ना. द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम जी स्कोर, टी टेस्ट, काई स्क्वायर टेस्ट, ये सारी चीजें हम कवर करेंगे. ओके, so this is a part of statistics, right? Statistics, okay, like you know mean, median, mode. Okay, these are the part of statistics that I'm highlighting here. ठीक है, standard deviation, ठीक है, ये सारी चीजें हम statistics में पढ़ेंगे. And some data will be there. Okay, so we will manipulate data. Okay, and when we manipulate data, what are their influence, what are their how manipulation of data is going to affect your mean, median, mode, that also we have to understand, right? ये चीज इंपॉर्टेंट है क्योंकि ये बेसिक्स ऑफ स्टैटिस्टिक्स में आता है. व्हेन वी आर गोइंग टू डील विद द न्यूमेरिकल डेटा, देखो डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ डेटा यू आर गोइंग टू फेस इन योर लाइफ. हमें फोकस करना है न्यूमेरिकल डेटा में. फॉर ऑल ब्रांच ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग यू हैव टू फोकस ऑन ओनली न्यूमेरिकल डेटा, and we are going to manipulate the data. Manipulating the data means what? We are going to change some observations value. Suppose मान लो 5-6 ऑब्जर्वेशन दिए हैं, 5 to 6 observations are there, right? And you find out the mean of all the observations, right? Okay, how you are going to find the mean? You will add all the observations, divide by the number of observations, you're going to find the mean, right? Now if we are going to change some of the observations value, okay, by some big number, right? So how does that change, how does that manipulation in the data going to affect your mean, that we have to see. ठीक है, मोड मीडियन में भी देखेंगे, मोड में भी देखेंगे. ठीक है, अगर हम सारे ऑब्जर्वेशन में कुछ मल्टीप्लाई करते हैं तो हाउ योर, सो दिस इज कॉल्ड मैनिपुलेशन ऑफ न्यूमेरिकल डेटा, राइट? सो ये टॉपिक है हमारा. ठीक है, व्हाट आई वांटेड टू इंट्रोड्यूस टू यू ऑल, राइट? तो हमारा जो सेशन कहाँ से चालू होगा, the topic that I'm going to share with you is the PNC, but I will be covering some of the basic concept on PNC. Needless to worry about that. First couple of lectures is going to be on counting only. Then we will talk about basic axioms. Then हमारा session चालू होगा sample space and events, independent events, mutually exclusive events. Okay. Okay, so I believe this is fine, right? So now the question is, sir, from where we are going to practice questions, right? So first of all, the GATE 2024 paper for data science, whatever questions were there, okay, and the sample paper also you can follow. Some question you can get from there also, okay? And then you have to practice question from GATE computer science, CSE. So the basic question, okay, in CSE from 2024 to, okay, you can say from till 2010, you can get a copy of the PYQ and you can solve from there. अदर ब्रांच ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग लाइक ECE, इलेक्ट्रिकल में जो क्वेश्चन आए हैं, IN में जो क्वेश्चन आए हैं, मैकेनिकल में जो आए हैं, सिविल में जो आए हैं, ऑल ब्रांच ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग क्वेश्चन यू हैव टू प्रैक्टिस. ओके, एंड द असाइनमेंट विल बी प्रोवाइडेड बाय धीरज सर. ठीक है, आपको याद रखना है. तो सारे असाइनमेंट हम आपको देंगे. ओके, हंड्रेड्स ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, you have to send me the solutions, right? So this will be the way of studying, right? And the book that you have to follow, right? So you can follow, many books are there, right? I will be sending that book in the group only, right? Okay, there is a professor name at MIT only. Okay, so you know John Sislick, right? So his name is John Sislick, right? So his book only I'm gonna follow, and there is one more professor, right? So I'm just going to follow the book, you know, books by John Sislick. Okay, some I cannot recall the spelling. So John T. I'm just writing John T. And one of the professor also is there at Stanford, right? Stanford. Okay. So these two professors, the lecture notes, or you can say the concepts. Okay, as a reference, I'm telling you, right? Okay. So your probability and statistics is going to become a very strong topic, right? Okay. So today, I will be sharing in the group, right, all the previous year recordings, right, that you can go through for counting. I'm just going to give you the brief from the next session, right? So you guys can also reach me out in the group, right? Whatever our dedicated group for GATE Data Science and AI, as well as for GATE Electronics and Communication, Electrical Engineering and Instrumentation. You can ask anything related to. Okay, so I hope this introduction is clear now. All the topics are going to pop up in your mind. अच्छा ये हमें पढ़ना है, ऐसे पढ़ना है, ये हमारा स्ट्रक्चर है, ठीक है? अरे आपके अंदर एक न्यू ब्लड विल बी फ्लोइंग नाउ, एंड प्लीज don't get afraid with this topic, since Dheeraj sir is with you, right? I was also very afraid when I was not an educator, when I was studying, but since I became an educator, I started teaching, so the entire phobia ran away, you can say, right? ठीक है, तो आपको फोबिया माइंड में नहीं रखना है. फोबिया फ्रॉम द प्रोबेबिलिटी इन स्टैटिस्टिक्स, धीरज सर इज गोइंग टू डिमोलिश इट, राइट? ठीक है, so keep smiling and keep learning. We'll conduct the session again and we'll brief about